So we have your quilt top is sandwiched together. Everything is pinned. We are ready to quilt. When we start to quilt this, I have my walking foot on. If you do not have a walking foot, you can still do this with a regular foot. A walking foot just makes it easier. A walking foot actually has feed dogs on the top. Your regular foot, you only have feed dogs on the bottom of your machine. So if you have a walking foot, it helps take all 3 layers through the machine. If you don't have a walking foot, you're just going to have to go at a little slower pace, and you're going to have to help the fabric through there. But it can be done. Now, I like to start in the middle and then work my way out. So I'm going to turn it long ways. And I'm just going to start in the middle. Now, when we quilt this, we're going to be using what's called stitch in the ditch. And what that means is we're actually going to take the seams, and as it goes through the machine, you're going to actually stitch right down that seam line. If it's not right on the seam line, it's okay. Trust me, you will get better the more that you do this. And it does take practice. So, I'm all lined up. I'm gonna drop my needle. So you have all of this in your lap. The one thing I want you to make sure of is that your safety pins do not get in the way of your foot. If your safety pin's gonna get in the way, when you get close to it, stop, take the safety pin out, and continue on sewing. But I'm gonna start here at the top, and I'm gonna try my best to stitch in the ditch all the way down. I hope you can see this. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. But you can just barely see my stitch line right there. Now I'm using a cream colored thread. That's pretty much what I use all the time. It's going to show up on the back more because it is cream color, but I want you to be able to see it. So if you choose to, you can have a gray bobbin or whatever color backing fabric you have and a different color top thread. I'm going to use my hand and I'm going to grab a hold, because as I was doing this, my fingers were sliding. They have gloves and stuff you can purchase. I don't particularly like those, so I'm just going to use my hand and just kind of walk it through. I'm going to move out to the side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just kind of feel and make sure that you don't have any ripples on the back. I like to stop at each intersection and just kind of make sure that I'm still in the right spot. Now you have two choices here. You can either roll this up and continue going this direction. I'm gonna flip it around. When I flip it around, I think that does two things. You don't have near the bulk on this side going through your machine. And if by chance your fabric got a little wonky on that side, by going in the opposite direction, it has a tendency of helping it straighten itself out. Okay, here we go. Last row. I'm not actually pulling the fabric through. I'm holding it kind of snug. And we are done. So, I want you to see on the back. Now we're going to turn it over. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. I took off my walking foot. I want to show you that it can be done without using a walking foot. Again, I'm going to start in the middle. just like we did on going the other direction. I'm going to flip this around and we're going to sew in this direction. Guys, that's all. That's it. Flip it over like this. You can see my boxes. Now we're going to take the pins out. We're going to trim off the batting and the backing. We're going to square it up and then we're going to bind it. See you in the next lesson.